Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician, and today we're going to be going into the Amazon tool deals and checking out some of the items that I've found for this week. So these are either going to be items that I've found that are on sale, items that even at their full price or list price I believe to be good deals, or items I find interesting and would like your guys' input on if you guys have used them. I will have all of these items linked down in the description for you guys with their own independent links, so they're all easy to find. I'll have two additional links that says tools and tools continued. Those are going to be two links that you can go to that are a long list of tools that I've went over in the past, or other tools that I suggest. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. And if you guys haven't subscribed, please subscribe. But first up, we're looking at the Tekton 1/4" drive 6-point socket set. This is the impact socket set. And this is a newer item from Tekton. They had 3/8 and 1/2" drive impact sockets for many years, and they've changed them over the years. But they finally released a 1/4" drive set. And 1/4" drive might not be for everybody in impact sockets, but there are those people out there that really enjoy 1/4" impact sockets because a lot of the times they work, from that smaller 4-6 millimeter range up to, 14 a lot of the times. Well, recently over the last few years, 15 millimeter has been a very popular one that people have wanted in 1/4" drive. And certain brands have started creating sets that go up to 15. And Tekton updated when they updated their socket sets, they started to include the 15 millimeter as well. And other brands have done that. And it's something people really enjoy. Well, this is one of the best full size sets of 1/4" drive that I've seen in impact. This probably goes higher than any other 1/4" impact set that I've seen. Now, Tekton's prices have gone up in the last few years, quite a bit on some of the stuff. And I'm not saying this is cheap. This isn't for everybody. It's for those people that really enjoy using 1/4" impact. I can see some certain occupations and certain lines of work can really get a lot of use out of things like this. This isn't going to be for your average, automotive mechanic or heavy duty mechanic or anything like that. But this sits at $155. It doesn't go on sale. Ever since December of last year, it's been at this price. But it's still something I wanted to mention because it's a really good size set. No skips, both SAE and metric. It's a 61-piece set. For SAE, it's going to go from 5/32 to 11/16. And then for metric, it's going to go from 4 to 17 millimeter. It's going to include that 15, a 16, and a 17. I don't think I've seen any other 1/4" drive go up to 17. So I think that is really cool. You're going to get both shallow and deep. It is $155, but if you want a wide range and you want a full set, it's a really good set. You do have a 1/4" universal joint over here, as well as a couple extensions. I think it's probably a 3 and a 6. Yes, 3 and 6" extension. There you can see what it includes for both SAE and metric. You are getting the 4.5 and 5.5. You are getting laser engraving and stamped markings. So when that laser engraving does wear off, you still have a stamp mark. And honestly, you can always go back with the silver Sharpie and just write on it if that's something that bothers you. You can see it works obviously, or hopefully, with both the hog ring and the detemp pin. Overall, it's a nice set. It's just, are you one that would use it enough to justify paying the $155? I think it's a really cool set. I think it's got great coverage, and really happy to see that as an option from Tekton. And they're going to be coming out with some new USA-made tools here soon, so stay tuned for that. But it does sound like we're also going to be losing their USA-made screwdriver line because the things that they want to have made in the USA coming here soon, the company they have making them doesn't have the time with what they are already making. So they're going to have them stop making their screwdrivers, and they're going to move their screwdriver line to Germany. So the screwdrivers should actually become even better from what they said, but that is also going to come with an increased price as well. Pros and cons. Something I wanted to throw in so you guys are aware. This has 5 stars at 1 rating. Next up, we were looking at the Astro Tools 14-piece set, 3/8 drive, low profile nano impact socket set. And the pricing on this fluctuates a lot. On sale, you'll typically see it around the $38 to $35 price range. It's actually a little bit lower at the $34 price range. It's been as high as $47, just a few dollars here and there, but it's down from a list price of $45. And these sockets are fantastic. Low profile sockets like this can really get you into those tight, irritating areas. And the great thing about this style is you can use a wrench on them. So if you're in a super tight area, it doesn't really matter if you can get your impact on that socket or a ratchet even, if you're backing yourself into another obstacle. So it's great because you can still use this on an impact in super tight spaces and get to those things that you couldn't possibly get to with a normal size socket. But you can also use a wrench on these because these have a hex base, and that's going to allow you to really work in those super tight areas with a lot of obstructions and stuff like that. So that's one reason I really like this design. And Astro has a few products out there like this where they're just handy tools and they're at a good price. Nothing too expensive, but the quality is there. You don't really got to worry about breaking anything. This set does range from 6 up to 19 millimeter, and I believe it is a no skip set. Yes, a no skip set, and it's going to come on this little rail. So if you're one that doesn't have a low profile socket set, I think this is worth the basically $35. This has 4.8 stars with 2,593 ratings. There are a couple other brands out there with this same design, and then there are some other designs out there as well, but this I think is a really nice design with multiple features to it. So here we're looking at another Tekton product, and this is one that I just recently picked up. Actually, I own a lot of Tekton stuff, but this is something that I picked up for work. I tend to deal with a lot of small fasteners, removing trim panels, tail lights, things like that, and I have multiple bit sets and stuff, but right now I have a bunch of rails in my truck, and while it was handy for a while, I found myself only using maybe 10, 15 of the bits. And then I just have all these other bits for no reason, and I'm starting to take up more space than I used to. So I'm trying to save a little bit of space, and so I wanted to go with this small kit so I can get the other ones out of the work truck, bring them here to the house, use this because it's going to have everything I need as far as sizes when it comes to bits like this, and it's in a very small form factor. Very easy to keep organized. You just got your bit driver. The handle is made in the USA. The chrome shaft is going to be made in Taiwan, I believe, and then the same thing with the bits, made in Taiwan as well. This is at $29. The pricing has went up with Tekton and a lot of their products, like I stated earlier, but this last year, I believe, normal pricing was $25. Now it's $29, and it doesn't really go on sale. It's a cheaper product, and I think $29 is still worth it. Now, if you get up into the 30s, then you're going to want to start looking at some of the Vera bit sets. There are some good, German, Czech, and some even USA made ones and other Taiwan ones that are in the 30s and up to like maybe 50s. But I think for this set, what it's including and a partial USA product under $30, I think it's a good deal, and it's something I just picked up, so I'm going to use it for a while. I already know I like the tri-lobe design. It is a very weird design if you're not used to that, at least looking at it. That's exactly what I thought when Tekton first released it years ago, but then I got my hands on it and I was thoroughly impressed. It's very comfortable. You can get a lot of torque with it. I personally like the design. It'll be interesting to see what they change about it. Are they going to stick with the design and have that German company make them how they are? It'll just be maybe better materials, or if they're just going to go with an all-new handle design, because Tekton offers two different handle designs. They have this high torque tri-lobe, and they also have their hard-sided four-handle. They also have their four-sided hard handle design. So it will be interesting to see what they do with that. But I figured I'd pick this up before those changes happen and the prices go up even more. So let me know your guys' thoughts, or if you guys own this already. But I think it's a really nice little set for what's included at the price. This has 4.8 stars with 1,726 ratings. Last up, we were looking at the Capri Tools combination wrench set with the mechanics tray. This is a metric set that ranges from 6 to 22 millimeter. It's a 19-piece set. It's at $123, down from a list price of $150. Typically on sale, you'll see it at $125, $130. It's been as low as $121. And so this is basically the cheapest it's been in a while. And I think that's a good price. I own quite a bit of Capri tools as well. A lot of their wrench sets of different designs, ratcheting, non-ratcheting, angled. I have a lot of Capri stuff, and they have been one of my go-to brands over the last 5 years, and I've been thoroughly impressed with their stuff. Tekton and Capri are two of the brands that I constantly look at when I'm looking for a new tool. If one of those brands has it, most likely I'm going to go with them unless I can find a really good deal and I'm happy with another brand. But Capri has really impressed me over the last few years, and it's definitely one of them that I constantly go to. This has 4.3 stars at 102 ratings. The EVA foam is really nice. I understand it's not for everybody. If you can afford the space, it's a really good way of staying organized, but I understand it's not for everybody. It can tend to take up space when you have a lot of EVA foam sets. Capri does a really good job of keeping them as compact as possible, whereas a lot of brands do a really bad job. Like, they'll lay the wrenches down and then there'll be just excess space between tools. And I find that Capri does a really good job of it. But even with that said, not everybody can afford the space, so I do understand where it may not be a good organizer for you. But the wrench set, there you can see the size of the foam. The wrenches have always impressed me. No fitment issues, no chrome issues, anything like that. Just a good, clean wrench. They have their wave drive 12-point box end. There you can see the traditional 12-point design and the wave drive 12-point design. They also have a different variation for rounded fasteners as well. You can see the 15-degree offset for the box end, 15-degree angle for the open end, and their smart chrome plating. I've been impressed with the chrome plating from Capri and their signature goat head. I absolutely love that. I think that is a fantastic logo. It is on their new ratchets as well, their flex heads. I just love that logo. It's just eye-catching and different from everybody else. So I thought that was really cool. But I think $123 on sale is a good price for this set, this 19-piece set. They do have a smaller SAE set available, a 13-piece set at $129, a 17-piece SAE and a roll pouch for $189, and a 19-piece set in the roll pouch for $145. So this is definitely the best priced one. And if you guys haven't tried out Capri tools, even if it's not this set, I do suggest at least checking them out. They do have quite a bit to offer, and some pretty decent pricing on their stuff, and some really good quality stuff. So all of these items will be linked down in the description for you guys, as well as those 2 additional links. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to smash that thumbs up. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time.